What's up everybody, it's Jasmine and today we are not doing a lunchtime reaction video, we are doing a story time video. So I have collected a few good stories from last week that I wanted to share with you guys. So that's what I'm doing this lunchtime. I also wanted to do an update on what's going to happen with me. So yeah, first of all, thanks for everybody that commented on my video when I was talking about how I wasn't feeling so great. Yeah, it was really good, because I know that what the therapist said wasn't right. But I also recognize that, therapists are people too, so they have, their own ideas and things that, are influenced by the world and things like that. And he did say to me that he's not an expert in that area, so that I should talk to somebody else. So what's happening with that is next week I have an appointment at the doctor's. It's part of a thing with work where you get a health checkup, but I've booked that. Today I booked it. And then the week after that, then I have a meeting with the doctor. So I'm going to talk with them about that stuff, and also talk about my stomach, because I always get a lot of pain in my stomach, and then I get a lump feeling in my throat. I don't know, it's just weird, but it makes it more difficult to eat, because right now I'm super hungry, but then I also feel really uncomfortable in my stomach. So then it's really difficult, because it's I'm hungry, but I also don't feel good, so I'm kind of I don't really want to eat. But yeah, so if I got that sorted out, I think it would help a lot with the other feelings. So yeah, that's that. But yeah, thanks for everybody, because it does help give you a push, especially with everybody saying oh yeah, you should see somebody else. Yeah, I agree, and I'm going to. Okay, so the old lady that I walk her dog, is that how you say that? The old lady's dog that I walk. No, I walk this dog, and the old lady that owns the dog, she bakes stuff herself. So she's baked this cinnamon bun for me. Isn't that nice? It tastes really good. It tastes better than anything I've bought at a store. And so the first story is that I keep going out to catch Pokemon, because that's my thing, and I'm wanting to beat my friend at Pokemon really badly. He's almost a million points ahead of me, so I got a lot of work to do to beat his ass, basically. So I keep going out and playing Pokemon, and I keep seeing the lady or her husband with their dog, and it's really awkward, because I'll be sneaking out, and then the dog will see me, and he'll be super happy, because he loves that I run with him, because he doesn't get to run with them because they're too old to run. And so he's super happy, so I have to go over and say hello, but then he doesn't want me to leave, and it's I'm sorry doggy, I'll be back another day, I promise. So that's been pretty fun. Also, they ask me oh, what are you doing out here? And I have to be I'm catching Pokemon, so they probably think that I'm really weird. The other story is that the old lady that I walk the dog for, she offered me money. She was oh, so do you want some money for this? And I'm no, because I started off dog walking for her a month ago by writing her a letter, because I saw her and her dog, and then I asked my workmate, oh, who's that lady, what's her name and what's the dog's name? So then I wrote a letter to her, and I was hey, do you mind if I walk your dog, because I love dogs, but I don't have any animals in Sweden. So I was super excited, and she was yes, I'm so happy that you wrote to me, it was so nice. So I've been going out walking her dog twice a week. I say walking, but it's actually been running, because he loves to run, and he's a sausage dog, so it's really funny. And then the other time I was at her house, and she offered me money, and I was oh no, it's just nice with a cup of tea. And now she's been giving me sandwiches and stuff, so that's really nice. So then the other story is also animal related, but it's to do with my cat that lives in New Zealand. So a few years ago, my cat came in, and she had rope tied around her, and she was wet, so it seemed like someone had tied her up and tried to drown her. And we took her to the vet and everything, and it was really awful and scary. But she recovered, and everything's fine. But last week, my parents saw her trying to get into the house and she had something wrapped around her throat. So they're like, oh my God, like somebody's attacked Nib Nib again. And so then, but the dog chased Nib Nib off. So she ran off. And so Dad runs out and he's calling, Nib Nib, Nib Nib, where are you? And then he finally finds her. And then he looks at her and he realizes it's not Nib Nib. It's the neighbor's cat that looks like Nib Nib and it's just got a collar on. So Nib Nib's fine, and this neighbor's cat is like trying to get into our house. Like, he wants to be where all the cool people are at, which is like totally understandable. But he's not welcome. He's not welcome. So that was quite a nice story because it started off a bit like scary and stuff, but then it all ended up good and happy. Okay, so I also have, I guess, another festival. Another story, and that's I tried to be really cool with my friends, and we were going to the sausage festival on Friday, and I invited another friend that I thought that they knew, but I was like, I won't tell them who it is, and then they'll think that I've got a date, right? So I didn't do that. So I told them like, oh, I'm bringing someone, and they're like, oh, who's your date, Jasmine? And I'm all like, you'll just have to find out, all the time thinking, oh, it's just like our other friend, right? And then I was waiting at the train station for my date, and then I see my two friends come up, and I'm like, oh, hey guys, because we were going to meet at the sausage festival, but now we're obviously meeting at the train station. So then we stand there and wait for my date to come along, and then he comes along, and I'm like, oh, there he is. But like, they didn't react, and I was like, that's really weird. Like, do they not care about him? Like, what's going on? They're not happy to see their friend. So I was like waiting for them to be like, Jasmine, that's not your date, that's your friend, that's our friend, but it turned out they had never met him. So my whole plan of like, I'm going to pretend that our mutual friend is a date and then everyone's going to laugh about it, didn't work because it was their first time meeting. So they just thought that I had like a good looking date, but I didn't. So that was really funny because I also tried to get them to hug him, because like in Sweden you hug your friends, and so I didn't realize that they weren't friends. So I was like, this is weird, like why aren't they hugging? And then they started introducing themselves, and that's when I clicked on. I was like, oh shit, have you guys not met each other? And this is weird. So the only other story that I probably have to tell is that last week I got blood on me twice. So I work at a hospital, right? I'm like a janitor maintenance person type thing. But anyway, one of my jobs is to throw out the rubbish sometimes. Like tonight I'm working so that I pick up the last of the rubbish around the hospital, and then I lock up the hospital, right? And then at the operation department, I was throwing out their rubbish, and then like there was blood leaking out of one of the bags, and I'd like accidentally got it on me. So I'm like, wow, heck, just got blood on me. What's up? And then the next day it happened again, and I was like, this is ridiculous. I haven't had blood on me all year. And then all of a sudden, blood on me 2 days in a row. Like, what's this all about? But don't worry, because we do get injections to stop us from getting sick. Yeah. So that's good. But I was like, man, like, what are the chances, no blood all year or last year, and then blood 2 days in a row. What? Anyway, so that's going to be it for me today, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed my stories. And yeah, that's it. There. I'm going to eat lunch. Woohoo. Hey, door.